Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, and welcome to another scene for Living World of Darkness, Rage Across New York, where Saoirse's doing a thing. What's she doing?
So Saoirse had a very good meeting with the warder, and she has actually been patrolling with him. He asked her to patrol with him. And on their patrols, she'll spy 10 Point, and she'll excuse herself from his presence and go and catch up with her Omega. So she'll probably see Saoirse walking away from the warder as she comes towards her.
Fabulous. Saoirse does find a wild 10 Point. The wild 10 Point is currently doing her best impression of a lobster. She is bright red and heinously sunburnt. And probably in the process of very, very carefully, very gingerly tying back her hair and binding it into the smallest thing humanly possible so no hairs touch or tickle or... Nah.
So Saoirse comes over and she tilts her head. And...
Jiminich Rat.
She'll nod. All right. You want some help with your hair?
Please, Raya.
And she'll help her put it up.
Oh, thank God. She looks so relieved.
Like, yeah, of course. God, come here.
Yeah. She just carefully puts her hands back down, like brings the arms down, but they carefully don't touch the rest of her body because everything is burdened and awful.
Everything hurts.
It just passes off the binding she was planning to use to tie it up.
She'll tie her hair up in a bun so that none of it is touching the back of her neck.
Oh, thank God.
Yeah, because she's looking at this and she's like, "What the fuck?" Like,
yeah, like this is severe burning.
This is like it's fucking third-degree shit.
No, it's a point of Ag's worth of sunburn. Yeah. It's pretty good stuff, and it's still bright red and fresh. Oh boy.
Oh, Saoirse is very much resisting the urge to poke it, but anyway, she'll tie her hair up in a bun, so that it doesn't touch the back of her neck or any part of her, because I'm sure the very slightest touch hurts like hell. She'll say, "What, Jiminich? What were you doing?"
Helios.
Right, that makes sense.
To dispel the shadows around the sept and in the city, hopefully.
She'll nod. Well, that's a good strategy. I just had my meeting with the warder.
I see. She does the little glance around, tips slightly to see him still just barely disappearing down the trail. I hope all is well, right?
It is actually. I met a silver fang that I think I'm actually going to like. She'll nod, and she has a very confused look on her face, like she can't believe she just said that. He is traditional without being obnoxious about it, and he is very willing to work with us on Sept. He very much seems to be concerned for the greater good, as opposed to glory for himself. But I talked with him about becoming an official guardian. He does not want me to do that, as I am already the tail singer. He doesn't think that it would be fair to give me 2 official positions. But I can still keep doing what I'm doing and taking up the duties of a guardian, and that will be sufficient for our pack's contribution.
Oh, thank God.
So I just do what I keep doing, and I'm an unofficial guardian, and yeah, she'll know.
Good. Very good.
He heard about me, us, our pack's deeds. I told him about our pack. He wanted to know what we do, what our purpose is.
I hope he approves.
He does. He would like to see the tensions between packs go down a bit, so I offered to try and create an accord between us and the Stray.
And a very skeptical look all of a sudden. Like her face just kind of falls into the really expression.
She doesn't look too happy about it, but she's trying to appease the new order. I think
if they hold to their vow, I'll let it go. But Jacob still needs to give me back what's mine.
Of course.
I think by now it's fairly clear he's not going to use it. There's no sense to him holding on to it.
She'll nod. You want me to talk to him?
There's kind of a helpless shrug and then a wince. Because, arms too close to body. Oh, why?
I'll take that as a yes. I'll talk to him. He agreed to let us know whenever he hears of knowledge that needs to be found or recovered to let our pack know so that we can fulfill our duty to Dana.
That is good of him. Good of him to ask in the first place.
She nods. She at 10 point can tell that was actually her favorite part of the whole meeting.
As I said before, he's traditional, not as a show, but he was raised properly. You can tell.
She nods. I can tell. And he told me that my mother had told him that I wasn't acting properly, wasn't doing what I should because, and I know what that was about. It was when I was with the Shadowrunners, that I was in a pack with a Glasswalker, a Bone Runner, and a Metis. The Metis part didn't bother her, obviously, too much. The Glasswalker, the Bone Runner did.
I hope he'll send word back.
He will. He says that he believes that I am greater than what my mother speaks of me, which I enjoyed the compliment.
You are better than your surroundings, right?
She'll smile. He thinks that when his pack arrives, his pack and our pack will get along very well and work together well.
Has he spoken of his pack?
Not too much. He just said that they will be here soon and that their values lie similar with ours.
Be a nice change.
Oh, I know. But I promised him that I would of course, keep doing my duty as tail singer, but step it up a bit. Get people refocused on what we're supposed to be doing rather than enter conflict with each other. He wants to see less of that.
There's a tense, very, very slight nod because she's realized that moving in general just sucks.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Right, at the risk of saying it aloud, does it almost seem like things are going too well?
She'll give a nod. But we had things for us go so wrong for so long that perhaps we're coming into a time where it will be good for a while. I'd like to hope that.
Would be nice if it was just a case of the winds changing.
She'll nod.
Araya as well as can be, separated from us. And unless the Striders mean to break a vow, this way to Wormfoe is clear.
Aye.
And now we have a warder who understands us.
Aye. And he said that he heard that Aiden was proud, which I said that he was, obviously. Yes, he was, but he might, and I said that he might come off as brash or cruel at times, but blunt. She'll smile. But when push comes to shove, there's no one I'd rather have at my back. He will drop everything and every conflict that he has to fight alongside his fellow Garu. He's always done that.
There is the tiniest sly smile as she comments offhandedly, looking down at her oh so red arm. How does it get so red? But she just idly comments as she does so with the tiny little attempt at a hidden smile. Well, brash is perhaps not the worst thing Afiana has ever been called.
No. We have been called much worse. I'm very convinced that Desmond is terrified of us.
All the better. You should be.
I'd rather that than think that he can just do whatever he wants.
It may be of interest to you. Perhaps you should keep watch. I think the cubs mean to assert themselves.
Smile.
Should be quite the lesson, I think.
Aye, should be. I will keep watch and retell the lesson. I spoke with Simon the other day. Oh. Chloe left. He was wallowing in himself at the training grounds, just laying there in lupus. I set him straight.
We'll see if it sticks.
I hope so, because I'm really tired of wasting my breath on him. I want him to be better. I see potential in him. I do. But he just can't get over himself long enough to actually make something of his potential.
He does like to wallow. Here's hoping he becomes better than it.
She nods. I hope so. Yes, he's got the potential to be a great warrior. We need those.
We do. But we need them standing tall.
We need them standing tall and not falling down as soon as things get hard. Our pack has been through hell, and we're still fighting.
Every step of the way.
She nods.
I hope. I really do hope that this warder is everything he seems to be.
So do I. So do I. He'll be very good for the sept.
And it's good to see you, Raya. Back walking among the others, talking more, telling tales. Well, she very gingerly reaches out a hand and will actually just kind of lay it very gingerly on her shoulder. Obviously not for Saoirse's sake, for her own. Oh god.
Yes. Uh-huh.
Who knew even the palms of your hands could burn? It's amazing how much skin there is on your body and how much of it could burn. Spoiler, it's all of it.
Yeah, all of it. All of it.
I remember when we brought you in. You've always been able to take adversity and come out standing proud. You've cried so many tears lately, Raya. We have this.
She nods. We do. We've got this.
And of the three of us, you've perhaps got the most sense. And she grins faintly. We'll need it.
She grins.
Don't lose yourself.
I realize that I actually almost did. But I pulled myself back. And I'm back. She'll smile.
Here's a firm nod and another wince, because why does she keep moving? There will always be hardship.
I let the situation with Elizabeth get to me a bit too much.
It has been many things one after the other. It has been trying for all of us.
That was the icing on the shit cake that we'd been dealt lately. But it taught me a valuable lesson. One that I told Simon, and hopefully he'll learn from it too. Because I don't want to see him go through what I have. I don't. I don't wish any of the pain that I've been through on anybody else.
No.
So hopefully he'll heed my words and learn. Hopefully. She's trying to convince herself that he will learn.
And she nods. Kind of ruefully, well, we can always hope. Hope springs eternal.
Right?
And I do not know what was said while I was locked out. I'm sorry for not letting you in, Raya, but it was my pain to suffer. Whatever happened between you and Aiden. Words cannot be unspoken, but something must be said to set it right. You can't stay locked away, not forever.
She tears up. He was blaming me for you being missing. That I wasn't doing enough. So rather than
when he's hurt, Raya.
So rather and I couldn't deal with it then. I was so worried about you, scared. And already beating myself up over it. So I couldn't let him talk to me that way, so I just shut him out. I didn't give venom back. I just told him I can't handle it from him right now, and I shut him out. I miss him.
And there's an echo of sadness in the smile she gives back, and she'll actually reach up and go to stroke away the tears, preferably before they can get down her cheeks.
Yeah,
Every
she'll
year,
catch him in
Raya,
time.
the day before Imbolc, I will take to myself. And it won't be good, and it won't be pretty, but that is why I take it alone and away. Aiden and
Okay.
I have had almost too much time together, and he was able to slip in through my walls and to know what I was doing. And he was afraid. He lashed out at me too, after all was said and done. And he always will when he's afraid.
I know. He always has. It's just his way.
I will
But
convince him if I can to open back to the link so that you can talk again. And
she'll
no
not.
more of these. And she'll, again, go to wiping, just making sure. No tears. They don't get to go down her cheeks. Meh.
She'll catch them before they go down her cheeks, and she'll blink back the ones that were still forming. I don't like being away from Aiden. He and I have not really been apart since we met. We've always been in the same place, always been able to see each other, always been able to fight together. And being gone,
It's hard.
it's hard.
I know.
And then we've finally gotten the same pack, so the bond that we already had is much stronger than it was before. So it's even harder.
It'll be easier once you have a chance to speak with him. You can reconnect.
Yeah, don't want that.
We only have each other. We have to be strong. And never fear, Aya. At least until such a time. As long as we are all still here and together. You never have to fear for me doing something that I can't come back from.
You promise?
I promise, Raya.
Because I can't lose you either.
I don't mean to go anywhere. If I die, it will be in the place of one of you. Or because I have lost one of you. But not for any other reason.
She'll nod. And she'll reach out and she's not going to touch 10 Point's skin, but she'll pet her hair. When you are healed, I would like to spend more time with you.
It's a very, very quiet little nod.
I miss you.
We don't do very well separated, do we?
No, no, we don't. I've been throwing myself into guardian patrols.
Don't throw too hard, Raya.
I know. I feel good about things with the new order. But I'm trying not to get my hopes up too high, you know?
We'll see. It only takes so long for there to be a defining moment. A chance to prove that a person is the way they are under pressure. I can respect the things that he expects from us. I can respect the way that he acts. I'm tentatively optimistic.
Saoirse nods. Same. I'm the same. But now that I know that what happened last week will happen every year on the same day, I'll make sure to give you your privacy. You might not like it, but you deserve it.
It is a chance to make right what I made wrong. I don't feel that my pack should have to suffer. Not when what I am atoning for is only my sin. And I certainly didn't want our Raya to feel it, and to fear, and to be distracted. Not while he was on his challenge. I failed in that, but I feared it would have been worse if I'd stayed open.
I think what you don't realize is that if you had just told us that you needed to be by yourself, I could have helped convince and calm Aiden to let you be by yourself instead of you just disappearing and I didn't know what was going on or where you were. And that hurt a lot.
Sorry, Raya.
So
He
please.
seemed to know before I could tell him. He had no intention of leaving me alone. Having to leave and go so far. Was bad timing.
She'll nod.
I hurt you both, and I will make it right. Once this chiminage is done.
She'll nod. How long you gotta stay like that?
I don't know.
Fair enough.
Traditionally, a week and a day, perhaps longer, perhaps shorter. Whatever Helios sees fit.
Well, of course, you let me know if you need anything. And I'm probably gonna stick around Sept most of the time anyway, so I won't be too far.
And she nods. I think I will make at least one walk back home. Or maybe to the RV. A cold shower.
That's probably a good idea. Home's a little bit farther than the RV, though.
A lot farther.
A
Maybe
lot
the
farther.
RV.
Probably the RV. Do you need anything from home? I can bring you.
I'm gonna have to go home soon. I need to tend the shrines there as well.
Is that something that I could do?
She kind of blinks a time or two. You could. Yes.
Then I'll do that. You stay here. and I'll make sure the shrines at home get tended while
You've
you're
seen
doing
me do it
this.
many times. I'm
I have.
confident.
I have, and I've got perfect memory. She'll grin.
And I think I'm gonna go and try to hope that Helena has taken hers and is done. I'm going to take a very cold shower. If that's alright, Raya.
Of course. Of course it's all right. I'm always in your head, so let me know if you need anything.
Of course, Raya.
She'll give her a very, very light kiss on the cheek.
Cheek isn't the worst. It's okay. Almost nothing has touched her cheek yet. It's not already irritated any more than the burning.
And Saoirse will leave 10 Point to go take her very cold shower, and she'll return to patrolling South.
All right. So I think with that, we'll close the scene. Say thank you, players, for playing, and watchers for watching. And we will see you next time on the Living World of Darkness, Rage Across New York.